live now. Hello everyone and welcome to my live. Today is March the 16th and it is a Wednesday and it's 11 a.m. and I just want to welcome everybody in to my live. Thank you so much for showing up. Hello Jennifer, it's good to see you. Jennifer is my daughter. She's also my moderator and you'll see her name in blue with the little wrench beside of it, and she can help you out throughout the video. When I am busy crafting, I will not be looking at the chat, so therefore she'll be there to help you. Also, I have another moderator, Alicia Burris. She will also be here hopefully today, and she'll be able to help out as well. So I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you're excited for today's broadcast. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in because I know it takes a little bit for it to actually go out there and let everybody know that I am on and I am live. So we're just going to hang out here for a few minutes and chit chat. And I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you've had a good week so far. I do want to apologize for not having videos up Monday, but we had family in from Florida. As many of you know, my husband lost his oldest niece to cancer last week, and due to that, her mom and her dad came up from Florida. I think they just really needed to get away. They had been taking care of her for the last 2 years, and I can't even imagine. I guess none of us can truly know, unless you've been through it, what it's like to lose a child. And hello Marcia, it's so good to see you. Welcome in. But they were here from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we had a family function each night during that period. On top of that, we had daylight savings time, or saving time, to take place, and that always throws me off kilter. I don't know what it is about losing that hour. It doesn't bother me when I gain that hour, but losing that hour. Hey Karen, how are you? So glad to see y'all coming in. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, it was just, I just want to apologize for not getting a video up to all of you on Monday. But I tried recording this video like 2 or 3 times and it was a no-go. So at that point, I just really wanted to, I said, I'm just going to wait and do this live on Wednesday. So what I had planned, and I had put it up for Saturday. I believe it was Saturday's video, and it didn't go up. I don't know what happened, but somewhere in the YouTube world, my video got lost and I never could find it. I went back onto my computer, so I attempted to record it on Monday. I had like 3 or 4 interruptions, and at that point I kind of lost it, and I said, I'm gonna give it up and say it just wasn't meant to be. And I am now here. Okay, I just got the notification that we are live, so hopefully everybody else is getting the notification by now. So at this point, I want to go ahead and transition over. So let's do the craft table with me. That way y'all get to stare at my mug while you're down in the bottom corner. You can actually see me, but you can also see what I've got going on here on my desk, which is always a great thing because you need to see what's going on. This is the card that I had tried desperately to show you, and it is made using the Ranunculus Romance. I did not know what Ranunculus means, but after looking at the flower and looking at the dies, and I looked up, it is a type of flower, and I am concluding on my own that this is the Knockabout Roses. I'm not sure. I need to go back and further investigate that. But this looks like I've got a bush of these right out by my back door. And we actually have a little trellis that, or trellis that we have them running on. And that's what they look like. They look like it looks like a rose, but they open up a lot wider than a rose, and the petals are not quite as deep as a rose. So, they are absolutely beautiful, and I think a lot of people around here have those. So I'm trying to get my chat window so I can scroll it. I can see people as they come in. I also have I have a birthday card that I want to share. I'm gonna see if I can send out another notice and let people know. I'm going to let people know that I am live, so I'm hoping this will help and get some people in here. We'll see how that turns out. Hello, Bertha. Well, I'm sorry you can't stay, but hopefully Jennifer will let you know, or put your name in for the drawing since you are here. But I do appreciate you stopping in. We're going to do some fun stuff today, and also some announcements. Oh, you know what? I had another live that went up, and it's not this one, it's the second one. I'm telling this person, I just got a message. Try the second one. I had tried it out earlier private, and so that one went up. Can everybody see and hear me okay? Can you see my desk and hear me? I assume that you can, because everybody else says that you can. Before I get started, I do want to, I was kind of waiting for Alicia to come in, because I got a beautiful card from her. While I'm waiting for her, let me show you. Marcia, I hope it's okay if I show a picture of that beautiful gift that you sent me. Marcia sent me a yummy, yummy, yummy luscious, and I took a picture of it, and this was what she sent me. I hope it's not getting too much of a reflection. Those are chocolate covered strawberries. You can see the bottom row down here were milk chocolate, these were dark chocolate, and these are white chocolate. They were outstanding. Hey Alicia, I was waiting on you, honey. Alicia sent me, again, let me stop before I go any further. Marcia, they were delicious, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. And yes, I did share with Dennis, and they were outstanding. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, this is the card that Alicia sent me. I'm telling you what, this girl must have worked on this card forever. This is the card that Alicia sent me for my birthday. Now, it's very impressive seeing it like this, but wait until you see when I open this card up. Look at the beauty of this card. Is that not glorious? And when you turn it over, now she wrote me a little personal note right here, but when you turn it over, the butterflies are on both sides. She doubled the butterflies in the acetate window. And I am going to see if I can get permission, and I'm sure I can. And I am going to do my best to replicate this card, because this card is stunning. And I don't think it's going to be that hard to make. I think we can break this card down and we can make this card. So I don't know that I want to try this on a live, but I will do this on a recorded video, and I think it's going to be absolutely stunning. Oh, Alicia, It's going to be fine. You're going to do just fine. I know Jennifer had to jump out for just a minute, but thank you so much for that card, Alicia. I did call her right after I got it and thanked her for it, and I did text Marcia. I don't call Marcia because I know that she stays very busy, and I didn't want to call her at the hour that I got those, but it was rather late. We had gone over to be with family. When I got home, they were on the porch. Thank goodness for the ice pack, but it was rather cool when they came, so we didn't have a real hot time. They were yummy, Alicia. Very, very yummy. All right, what I want to do, again, I'm going to show you this card, and this was from the Ranunculus Romance. And again, like I said, I think that is a Knockabout Rose. I think that's what they are. But anyway, this is what I did on the inside of my card. And I'm going to show you how I did that. I used this as a stencil and stenciled inside of my card. But this is, I actually had cut this out in hot pink. And Jennifer gave me a little bit of help in this because I had laid this hot pink on it, and it just did not fly. It just didn't fly. So together with her and me, we decided that we needed something a little darker, so I did the Mary Merlot. And I'm going to show you all my components and how I did it. I did die cut a lot of this ahead of time, so let me show you what we're going to need to make this card. We're going to need a piece of Mary Merlot that is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. This gives us our traditional little A2 size card. We're going to need our piece for the front, which is Crumb Cake, and this piece is just a quarter of a sheet of cardstock, so this is actually the same as the front of this, but we're going to cut it down after we do our inking on it. We're going to make that background paper that you see right here. You see that background paper? We're going to make that. So pretty. Just making it with stamps and ink, and it's going to turn out so pretty. I was real pleased with the way that turned out. So this is actually 4 1/4 by 5.5. So Crumb Cake. You're going to need 2 pieces like that. Well, this piece is actually, yes, the same thing. We're going to cut it down as well. What I do is I have card mats. I keep a little box like this with card mats in it. And I keep card mats cut the size, a quarter of a sheet. I can always cut them down. I also keep a box of, hang on just a minute. Yes, Jen? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. That was Jennifer. She popped in and let me know that she had a phone call. That's why she had to step away for just a minute. But I think she's back. Anyway, this box I keep, and I pick these little boxes up at Hobby Lobby, and I keep this one full of card bases. So anytime I need a card base, I can come in, especially when I'm in a hurry, and I can just grab one out. Now, for the regular crafter that doesn't do a YouTube channel, you might not need that many or that much of anything, but this helps keep me organized, and then I have my pieces ready. And when I use up all of one color, I'll just pull out the cardstock and do it again. But anyway, 2 pieces of Crumb Cake cardstock. You're going to need a piece of gold metallic. Now this is the brush metallic. I don't think that this is in the catalog anymore, but any type of gold cardstock will work on this. So I have that, and that piece is also cut. Now all the measurements are going to be listed. This is also 4 1/4. No, this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So that piece is cut. You're also going to need a label. Now I got this label out of a different die. This one, it comes from the Wave dies, and this bundles with the I should have pulled it. Alicia, if you have your catalog, oh no, it's not in the catalog. If you have the flyer for this, if you could throw up those numbers, I would appreciate it. I did put the Wave dies, but I did not put the bundle because I'm not using the stamps. But what I did use was this particular die, and I just like that. I thought it went really pretty on this card. But this is not in the catalog, but Waves of Inspiration is the name of the stamp set. And I'm looking to see if I've got it down here where I can pull it really quick for y'all. But you know, anytime you need to put your hand on something, you can never find it. So anyway, but this is a really cute little die set too, and we are going to be working with that further along with the Waves of Inspiration. But that's what I cut this out of. And then out of the Ranunculus Dies, I went ahead and cut this piece. And when you're using this, make sure that you put this little framelit around it. If you don't, this will just cut the rose out of your cardstock. But this one is what you need. This one right here is what you need to put around your die. Now, see, I moved it, and you just got to kind of keep wiggling it until you see it fall into place. It's really not that hard to do. Not there. It's a good idea if you can mark your dies. I did that with some of my Christmas dies one year, and the poinsettia dies, that was the one that I had such a hard time with. And I actually took a Sharpie, and I might do the same with this. Let me take these off. It helps, and I will show you how I do that if I got a Sharpie over here. Maybe I got one over here. Y'all know I got a Sharpie somewhere. This is a really good idea for any dies that are hard to line up. And let's wiggle this around in here until we get it just where we need it. And this is taking up time that I really didn't want to do. But hey, you know what? If anybody has, there we go. This is the way it goes in. Now, it is a good idea to find a spot. It doesn't matter where. I'm going to do mine right here and right there. Now, anytime that I'm using this die, using a Sharpie, it's not going to rub off. Anytime I use this die now, I can drop this down and know that that's where it goes. I line those two dots up, and it will work perfect every time. And I usually keep this taped together in my package, because more than likely I'm going to be using this to cut out the whole rose, and this is what it looks like when you cut it. Very pretty. So you're going to cut one of those. Actually, you're going to need two of those, because I got one that I'm using for a stencil and one that's going to go on the card. Now, I've got some card kits that I'm going to give away today. So Jennifer and Alicia, if you will write down everyone's name that come in, even if they couldn't stay. I know Bertha came in and said she couldn't stay, but I do want to include her in this giveaway. Now, according to the Thank you, Jennifer. According to the Stampin' Up guidelines, I cannot give you stamped images, but I can give you die cut pieces, and I can give you the cardstock and all the pieces cut. So if you want the stamp set, you'll have to go into my store and purchase the stamp set. But I'm going to give away the oh, Jen, that host code is not, is that the right one? That's not the right. I don't think that's the right one. Hang on for me just a second. Let me pull my, because it doesn't go through the end of February. I had a new one that goes through. Let's see if I stick it in the back of this. I know I had it a while ago because I saw it. Okay, there's my host code. It is G42, N as in Nancy, Q as in Queen, 6, G as in Grandma, and A as in Apple. I guess G as in green, but you know I'm a grandma, so I think grandma. Yes. Yes, Jennifer, that Jennifer's asking me, because I have Jennifer in my ear, and she's asking me, is that the correct host code? Alicia, I'm sorry, that was the wrong. Thank you for the bundle for the Waves of Inspiration. But that host code is not the correct one that I gave y'all, and I am so sorry. Evidently, I copied over on a Word document that I had already used, and I didn't get it. But anyway, I'm sorry. I cut several of these little flourishes. I think that's what they're called. And I've got more than I need, but I did a bunch of them just in case. I think we're going to probably use about 3 of them. I think on the first card I only used 2, but I'm thinking I want one up here. I don't think I need one down here. We got a lot going on, but I think I want to put one up there. So probably 3 of those, and then I've got 3 of the little sprigs, and I'll show you what I used to cut those. Of course, this for that, and then I cut this with the gold, and I just snipped these apart. And you could actually get 2. I snipped this leaf off, and then I snipped it right here, and that gave me as many of those as I needed. But in these card kits that I'm giving away, and I actually have 3 card kits that I'm going to give away in today before we leave. The card kit will include all that you need to make this, everything except the stamp set. And you can use the stamp set, and of course the inks. You can use what you have at home. You know, if you don't have everything that I have, improvise. You can still make this work. Alright, so what we're going to do first, since I already die cut everything, because I knew that was time consuming, I'm going to pull all of this. Let's see, I want to put it where I won't lose it, because y'all know I will lose it. Maybe if I lay it up here on this white piece of paper, I will not lose it. The first thing I want to do is we're going to get busy and do some stamping. Let's go ahead and do the front of make our paper first. That's always fun, don't y'all think? I absolutely love making my designer series paper. So the first piece that I want to use is this little, it looks like almost like a little ledger. And the inks that I'm going to use, it sounds like a lot, but you're going to need them. We're going to use Crumb Cake. We're going to use Merlot. We're going to use Soft Suede, Pacific Blue, and Polished Pink. And you're probably thinking that Polished Pink and that Pacific Blue is going to be way too loud on such a muted card. But I promise you it will not be. And I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to start off with my Crumb Cake. And I am going to stamp this full strength on. And I'm just going to go like here, here, here. And you could do these at an angle. You could do them any way you wanted to. I'm doing them like this because I'm coming in and angling everything else. So I just kind of wanted the ledger to look, you know, kind of sort of straight. So I'm going to close that one up. We will come back to that ink pad in a few minutes, I promise. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to use just a portion of this rose. I'm going to... Margie, are you asking if Stampin' Up! Has a polka dot embossing folder? I'm waiting for the answer. Jennifer just let me know that you were asking. We do have one that, let's see, let me find it and I'll show it to you. We have one called Dots and Checks, and it goes in the smaller, it comes in a pack of 2. I'm hoping I'm answering your question. I'm waiting to hear back either from Jennifer or looking at the chat. This does a polka dot, and this one does a check. I think you can see that pretty good. This is the polka dot. Okay, good. Yes, this is in our annual catalog, I believe. And I can't remember off the top of my head the price point on those, but embossing folders. Yeah, it's $8 for both of those, the polka dot and the check. It comes in a 2-pack, just like this, and they're $8 for the 2 of them, which is really good. Now these are not 3D embossing folders; they're just standard embossing folders, but they are really pretty. And I'll see if I can do something with those pretty soon, so you can see exactly how they work. And the number for those, if somebody wants to put that in, I'm going to leave these laying. Let me hold them up right there. That should. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start stamping my flowers. And I think I'm going to go in with the blue. Yeah, let's do this in the Pacific blue. But we're not going to go full strength. So this is another reason that this is going to work well. Now I'm going to ink this up, but let me show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to ink up only the portion that I want to put on my card. Just like that. See how I have that inked? I'm going to come over here to my grid paper and I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to come in right about here at an angle and I'm going to stamp. Very light. So that's what I meant when I said this will work. You just got to remember to stamp off and stamp on. See what a nice soft blue that gives you. And I love the specific point. I love blue. I absolutely love blue. I love all pretty colors really, but blue's always been very close to my heart. I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to stamp off. And I want one to come in right here at the top. And stamp off. And maybe right here. And I might do just a tip right there. So there is our blue. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm going to lay these inks that I've used up here. I'm going to bring in this polished pink. Isn't that a beautiful bright pink? I love it. I think it's so pretty. Let me do, y'all know I'm such a stickler for cleaning my stamps. I cannot stand to leave ink on my stamps. So I'm just going to come over here and wipe them really quick on my chamois. And you would think that my chamois is dirty, but I did wash it this morning, I promise. And it's stained, but it's not dirty. And I wash this thing out probably at least 3 or 4 times a week. And it stays nice and fresh. Dawn dish detergent will wash that. Oh, I haven't done that one yet. Let me move the stamps up here that I've already used because I got to keep myself organized. Y'all know I get in trouble when I'm not. Now I'm going to ink up this little postage stamp. It's so cute. It has the Eiffel Tower on it. I'm going to do the same thing with that. I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to go in here just willy-nilly and stamp down. Just all over the place. And see what I mean? You can use bright colored inks if you stamp off. You just got to remember to stamp off when you're doing that. And just put some color down. You know, that's the main thing we need. We just need some different colors all around. So that's going to be that. And you can already see that it doesn't look bright. It doesn't look too bright with those bright colors on it. For the simple fact we did stamp off. All right, now I'm going to bring in this soft suede. And this is a darker brown. But I want to do the stem of flowers or florals. And I want them to be kind of muted. I am going to go, let's see, I don't know if I want to go full strength. Yeah, I think I'm going to go full strength with this. So I'm going to come up on the side right here. And I'm going to come down right here. And let's get one, let me ink it all the way. Let me stamp off and then ink. I'm going to get one right here in the middle. Just like that. And I think I want just a tiny bit popping up right there. And when you do this, like I said, there really is no rhyme or reason. You just want to stamp. And you will pretty much know when you've gotten enough and of what you need on here. I do have one more thing that I'm going to put on it. And it's almost like a little register number. And I love that. I think it's just so darling. And we're going to actually bring in our Mary Merlot for that. So let's lay that over there. Clean this pink off of my little postmark. And this, do y'all see the little specks on my ink pad? I'm going to teach y'all a trick right now while we're while we're sitting here. If you get specks on your ink pad, grab yourself a piece of masking tape, packaging tape, whatever you got. And I'm going to actually just wrap this piece around my finger. This is just masking tape. I'm just going to, and you can do the same thing with I would have used my packaging tape, but I've got my stubs sticking in the, it's holding my stubs right now. My little stumps that I use for my coloring with the Gamsol. If I can get this to catch right there. And all you're going to do is come in, well, you know, that didn't want to work for me, did it? Let's just do it like this. Come in with a piece of sticky tape and just do that, and it picks up any lint that you might have on your I didn't know I needed to do that and show y'all how to do it, but that picks up any lint that you might have on your pad. And we get lint on them. Sometimes when they're just sitting out, you know, there's always fuzzies in the air. I have pets, so I have dog hair. Although mine are not supposed to shed, they do shed a little bit. They're not as bad as some. I'm going to stamp this off because I want to see. Okay, when looking at that, I think I can go full strength with it. So when in question, stamp it off first to see. And I'm going to come in and just put this little registration mark just every here and there. Maybe one right there. I'm going to do one like off the paper there, and maybe one right about there, and like that. I don't know, it looks like it needs another one there. Alright, so I've got that all done. The next piece that I want to do, I'm actually going to come back in the Crumb Cake. I told you we were going to revisit the Crumb Cake. So I'm shifting my inks again. I'm going to open up the Crumb Cake, and this is another piece that's in the stamp set, and it's almost like a border, but I'm going to ink it up. This time on this one I am going to stamp it off because I want this to be just very light. And I'm just stamping it every here and there. Again, just getting some extra texture in it. I want it to be very soft. Just a little bit of color here and there. So there's our piece. The other thing that I want to do, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do all my stamping while we're doing this. We're going to bring in that little template that I made. I just cut one of the roses. It's cut out of just regular cardstock, and I'm going to lay that down right on top of my little label. I am going to grab a blending brush, and I got the one that I used for my reds, and I'm going to grab my Merlot. And I'm going to tap this in. Always tap off to the side. Don't come directly into your cardstock. I'm going to hold this down. Now you can tape it down if you feel more secure. I'm going to hold it since I've got room on the outside edges to hold it. And all I want to do is just put down some of that color onto my tag. And see how it gave a nice little color to that. I think that worked really, really well, and we're going to use that inside of our card as well. So let's go ahead and do that while we're blending. This is going to be my inside piece, and I want this to go right about here. I just want a corner of that rose to show. So again, I'm going to do that. I'll hold it. I'm probably going to get red on my fingers, but you know what? If I don't make a mess, I'm not having fun. And that's what that's going to look like. And I'm going to do it at the bottom corner, and I'm going to turn it around and do it at the top corner as well. Just about like that. So let's ink it up, swirl it on. And these blending brushes are the best brushes I have ever used. Now, back in the day, I bought some off of Amazon that were makeup brushes. These are not makeup brushes. If you want me to tell you how I know that, I had an extra one and I tried using it for makeup. It is way, way, way too dense for your makeup. This actually looks like a sponge, but it's not. It's a brush. That's how dense the bristles are. I mean, I'm gonna see if y'all can see that. They are awesome. All right, that's exactly what I wanted. I think that looks very pretty. It's soft. It's very subtle. We're going to go ahead and stamp our inside sentiment. And on the inside, I'm going to put, "In my Mary Merlot, thank you for sharing your heart." And we're going to put that right here in the middle. Just like that. So now our inside piece, we're going to trim this down, but it's okay. It's okay that I stamped it. I'm going to show y'all how we're going to do that without messing up our center. Let's go ahead and clean that off. And now we can go ahead and stamp our tag, and that one is going to say, "Just for you." So bring our little tag back in. Again, I'm stamping in the Mary Merlot. I'm going to stamp this off just to make sure it's like I want it, and it is. Very pretty. I'm trying to keep everything kind of color coordinated and just soft. I want everything in this card to look soft but very vintage. And I'm hoping I'm achieving that with this. I hope I am. This card was definitely, it was a joint effort. Like I told you at the beginning of the video, Jennifer did help me with it, with the color-wise. She said I needed some darker red, and I pulled out red, my real red, and oh my goodness, no, that was not it. But the pink that I was using wasn't it either. So, when I pulled out the Mary Merlot, I even tried the Cherry Cobbler, but I thought the Mary Merlot was just a better fit for this card. All right, I'm going to lay this one to the side because I can turn this one over and know that it's not the color. This was pink, but I have done this with it so much that now I have one that is Mary Merlot. So if you don't have the color and you have the ink, you can cut it in white and ink it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. All right, the next thing that we want to put down is our gold piece. And that is going to go right on the front. Now, I had already cut this to 4 1/8 because I just wanted that tiny little bit to show on each side. Now, just for my girls that don't like the Stampin Seal, I'm going to use the Stampin Seal. But you always want to make sure that it's sticky all the way to the end of your piece. You're going to hold it with your finger on the top. You've got a little grip place right here for your finger. And I hold my thumb and my index finger. And all I do is make sure when I put it down, very gentle, and I pull. Raise my wrist up and pull it up. Put it down, very gentle, pull up. And I just do that all the way around. You don't really need it on every little, I mean, you don't have to run it all the way around. You can just put it ever so often like that. But you have to have a butterfly touch when you're pushing it down, because if you don't, it's going to tear your paper. Maybe not so much this gold, because this is a much heavier duty paper, but some of your cardstocks and your designer series paper, it will tear it if you press too hard. So I'm going to press that down nice and tight. And then my piece that I did, what did I do with it, girls? Oh, it's over here. So now we need to cut this piece down because I need this piece to be 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4, and we got 4 1/4. So let's take 1/8 of an inch off on each side. So 1/8 would be 1/2 of a 4th. So I'm going to slice it there. And I'm going to turn it and slice it there. That way I'm getting that 1/8 of an inch off, which gives me a 1/2 inch, but I'm not messing up the integrity of my card by doing that. So this piece is 5 1/2. So again, I need to take a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go to 1/8, 1/2 of a 1/4, and then cut it the other way, the same way, 1/8 of an inch. And I have a video that I had put up showing measurements. So if you have trouble with your 8ths and 16ths, go check that video out, and hopefully that will help you in your measuring. So this is going to go on here just like that. And you're probably thinking, yeah, you should have cut out the center of that. And I could have taken a die cut and cut the center of this out, which would have saved my cardstock. But you know what? I didn't think about that as I was doing this, or I would have. That is a great tip. If you only need an edge of this to show, take a rectangle die and put it on top of this and cut that out so you can save the middle portion of that and use it on another project. Normally I would have thought of that, but I didn't when I was getting this card ready. So I am going to go down and down and down. Another reason to use Stampin Seal when you're gluing on foil is glue makes a mess of your foil. If you don't know that, you have not used glue on foil yet. But getting glue on your foil is absolutely the worst thing ever. And you see how gentle I'm being with this? Just ever so slightly. Just like that. And this just makes it so much easier to do this. Now what I'm doing is I'm edging up top and bottom and the side, and then press it down. Now we need our rose, so we're going to bring over our flower, our Ranuculus, I think that's right. And I've got several of these little pieces, my little flourishes, and I had hooked those in to the flower because I wanted it to look like little pieces kind of coming off of the flower itself. In the card kit, I think I put 3 of these because I was thinking, I think 3 would be a better number than 2. And I'm also going to give you some gems for your card as well in the card kit. And we're going to do one more right down here. I think that's going to help the look of that card. I think having that piece going up that way is really going to make a difference. So what I want to do now is I want this to live right along here. And these little gold pieces are going to stick out from under there, something like this. And I like to lay my card out just like that before I glue anything down. And the reason I like to do that, y'all pardon me just for a minute, I talk too much and now my throat feels very scratchy. Just a little sip sometimes can make all the difference. So this helps me so much when I put all of my pieces down first and then go back and glue everything down, because then you kind of have an idea where you want things to go, and it just makes the entire process much easier. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab one of my, and I didn't put this on my list, but this is our Silicone Craft Mat. And this thing is one of the best things you'll ever invest in because it does more than just catch your glue. I'm going to take this piece, if I can get it without these falling off, and guess what, I did. And I'm going to take some liquid glue and I'm just going to dab. I'm going to dab some glue on any of the solid places where I feel like I can get some glue. Oh, I want to tell y'all real quick, next week on our live, we're going to do something fun. I've been talking with Alicia, and Alicia has some wonderful ideas on helping me grow my channel. And I want all of you to be a part of this. I want y'all to challenge me to making a card. So Jennifer and Alicia are going to put their heads together this week, and they're going to come up with stamp set, ink colors, and cardstock colors. They are going to let y'all know through my Facebook, our Facebook group, the colors that we're going to use, and y'all are going to vote on them. They're going to keep a tally for me, and they're going to let me know on the live next week. I might even not even do it that way, because I don't want to know what it is. Maybe y'all need to email amongst yourselves. We'll figure it out, and we'll put an announcement out there how we're going to do it. But I'm going to take your challenge on, and without knowing what y'all are going to give me to do, we're going to see what kind of card I can throw together in a hot minute. Oh, it's probably going to be a hot mess, y'all. I can guarantee that. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a blast doing it. Now, see how well that worked to put that down? And then if you see the need that you need to put a little more glue up underneath something, you can just come back and put a dot. Yeah, and Jennifer's letting me know that the Silicone Craft Mat was not in the list that I sent her, and I realized that. That's what I said. I don't think it's on there. It is on that sheet that I emailed you that had all the supplies on it, Jennifer. Since you didn't have a catalog, you have that. And also, if Alicia's still on, she might be able to pull that for me. All right, I don't think we need any more of those, unless, I don't know, let's see. I think what I want to do is I'm going to glue these to the back of this, how I want them to pop up. When I made my first one, I didn't do that. I did this a little bit different. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to make these even on the back of here. And to do that, I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this. Hope I'm in frame. And I'm going to sit these down into the glue. And just let them pop up like that. Let's do this one over here. Oops, that little piece did not come loose. There we go, we got him out. I don't know if this time change has been wearing y'all out, but I could not realize why I was so tired. I kept telling my husband, I am so tired. I just feel like I could go sleep for a week. But it's that daylight savings time. It does it to me every year. And I stay so tired. But I heard on the news this morning that the Senate had passed the, to keep daylight savings time all the time and not do the time change. It's supposed to go to Biden's desk. And he'll vote on it, and if it does pass, starting in 2023, we will no longer have to change our clocks back and forth, which I think will be wonderful. The only bad thing is I feel sorry for people that have little children, like my daughter, that have to get on the bus, because they said in the dead of winter, it'll be 8:30 in the morning before the sun rises, which is way, way too late. That's too late for me. I get up really early every morning, and that is just way too late for the sun to be coming up. All right, I'm going to use some Stampin Dimensionals on the back of this, because I want to put this right about here. And I'm trying to decide. I've got a couple more of these. Do y'all think we need any more of these little flourishes? Do you think some of those would be cute popping up in there? Let's see how that would look. I think it would take away from the rose. You know what? Sometimes too much can be an overkill. I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. Oops. And I'm going to try to put my dimensional over top just to give those little sprigs a little extra something to hold them on. And where's my take your pick? I always need my take your pick tool. then we're going to just turn this over and decide where we want it to live. And I think I want it over to the right, just, or do I want it under? I want it over to the right. Just like that. And we have this piece. Now we're going to cut this piece down just like we did the other one, because we've already stamped in the center of it. So we know it's the same size as that front piece. So we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off all the way around. So just remember, if you need to take 1/4 inch, see if I came in and took 1/4 inch off here, this is going to look like it's over further this way. And I don't want it to look that way. So I'm just going to take 1/4 inch off. And it won't take so much of my rose off either. 1/8 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch. And I'm telling you what, if you don't have this trimmer, you are missing out, because this thing is broke down into 16ths. It's a very easy trimmer to read. It is a scoreboard and a trimmer all in one. This is the Mac Daddy of trimmers as far as I'm concerned. I love, love, love this trimmer. The blades are very easy to change in it. And I love the wingspan. This thing spans out to 17¼ inches. So if you have any of that really huge paper, it would work great for that as well. So now all we got to do is put this in here, and we can call this card done. And then we can get to some fun stuff like our giveaways. How do you like those? Or I should say, how you like them apples? Margie, I want to apologize to you over your stamp set that you won last week. Jennifer got in touch with me. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how that happened. I went in, I typed in your name. For some reason, it grabbed the mailing program. Now see, that did tear my cardstock. So what I'm going to do, I would normally, if I hadn't pulled it up, I was pushing too hard, not paying attention to what I was doing. So I went back, and I'm going very gently now. So I was talking and not paying attention. But anyway, I begged Jennifer to let me send her a shipping label in a package to send it on to you in, and she would not have nothing to do with it. She said she had already talked to you, and she was getting that in the mail to you. So I've never had that happen before. I don't know, but that will definitely make me check my labels more often. Now that did tear. I'm backing it all the way back out, pushing it down, and I'm gonna come back here, pull that to the end. Oh, you know what? I'm at the end of my roll. No, I'm not. Almost. It is still trying to tear this paper. I think I am at the end of my roll. There we go. But sometimes it will do that. I need a little bit more of the sticky right there. So I'm going into the sticky and roll. There we go. Now we can bring our card over and lay this in right here. And down and press it. And there is our beautiful card. And I really think I like that a lot better with having that other little flourish up there at the top. I think it really does add to it. But we're not done. We definitely got to bling it up. So I'm going to pull out my gilded gems. And Jennifer, I can't remember whether I put those in, Jennifer and Alicia, whether I put the gilded gems in or not. But if I didn't, then let me know and I'll make sure I put those on there. These are so pretty. They're like faceted where they really do catch the light. See how pretty they are? And they're good size. So I'm going to pull one off and I'm going to put one right into the center of that flower. I think every center of a flower needs some bling. And I'm going to pull one off and put, oops. Don't you hate it when that happens? These things have adhesive backs on them, so it makes it really nice. I think I want to put one right here in the top corner, and a little putty piece isn't sticking anymore, so I think it's time to roll this out just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to pull that off. These things have got some adhesive on the back of them. These more so than a lot of them. I think I'm going to put the other one maybe right here. I think we got enough going on over there. This way we still have that triangle effect, which is really, you didn't see them on the list, Alicia? Okay, the number on these are 152478. 152478. Now I'll make sure that I have it on the description in case somebody falls in love with these gilded gems as much as I did and would like to pick up a pack of them. They are gorgeous. All right, so that's our card. What do y'all think about this? Do you like that vintage look? I think those might be in the mini catalog, if I'm not mistaken, Alicia. I wanted to show y'all where this Ranuculus Rose was at. It is in the mini catalog on page 54, and this is it right here. And it is beautiful. And look at all the different things you can do with it. And those leaves, I haven't even used the leaf die yet. I mean, it is just an absolutely gorgeous stamp set and die set. I think anybody, and the stamp set is $23, which isn't bad for a red rubber stamp set, or cling stamp set as they call them. And if you want the whole shebang, it's $49.50 for the stamps and the dies. But again, it's a beautiful set of dies and a beautiful stamp set, and it does have that very old world and it feel to it, but it also has some beautiful sentiments. Hello, just for you, just because, and thank you for sharing your heart. I absolutely love that. Now I'm going to look back here and see if those gems are in the back. I think the gilded gems, I may be wrong. No, they must be in the annual catalog because they're not back here. So maybe they're in the annual catalog. Now, Jennifer, that the one that you put up, the Ranunculus Romance, is that just the stamp set number, or did you do the bundle? Oh, okay. She's letting me know that she did both, and that's great. Let me look real quick. Alicia, I don't know if you found those gilded gems or not. Oh, she did. Oh, my girls are so on it. I want y'all to give Alicia and Jennifer both a big hand clap. Just give them a word of thanks and appreciation because they are wonderful. I mean, they absolutely do a wonderful job for me. And I know last week Alicia said she was nervous, and I told her you had nothing to be nervous about. I mean, even if she put up the wrong thing, it would be my fault because I sent her the numbers. So, I send my girls everything. All they have to do is copy and paste. Anyone that would like to volunteer and be a part of my YouTube, I guess my YouTube crew, we can always use another moderator because you never ever know. All right, you never know when one of these girls might not be available, and it's always nice to have some people for backup. What I'm going to do is I am going to give away these card kits, and like I said, it's going to be the card base, your inside and outside piece, your piece of gold that will go behind this. I might even go ahead and cut these pieces down for you so you won't have to. I'm going to give you a template for your rose, a die cut piece already cut, your rose for the front, your 3 little flourishes for the front, and your little gold sprigs to put on. You will need to add your glue, dimensions, ink, and your stamps. This is what a card kit from Stampin' Up! Usually consists of. So we're going to do a drawing today for 3 of these. So 3 people that was in the live today will win these card kits. And I'm going to go ahead and put... Oh, I just got a message from my husband. Sorry about that, y'all. That distracted me because he knew I was doing a live. That's probably why he didn't call me. I'm going to put your names into... All right, and Jennifer's going to give me the names since I have her in my list. I'm going to read them back, and Alicia, if you will listen and double check and make sure, that kind of gives me a double list. We're going to call this one 3, 16, 22, create. All right, and I'm ready for the names, Jen. I'm only going to put first names in. Okay. All right, so I've got Marcia and Karen, Bertha, Alicia, do you want to be in the drawing for the card kit? I want you to be if you want it. You're more than welcome to it. I tell you what, we're going to put her in. If she gets drawn, she can let me know. Okay. Marlene, I didn't know you were here. How's your husband doing? I have had him in my prayers. Okay, I have 6 names, so this is going to be a 50-50 chance of winning this since I have 3 of these to give away. And we have 6 people in the drawing. Somebody's going to win. I mean, there's going to be half of y'all that's going to win. So I'm going to go ahead and do... We're going to choose our... Okay, if you are watching and you're not here, please say hi so we can put you in for the drawing, because unless you say hello, we do not know you're watching. So if you will, if you're watching and you have not commented, please just say hello so that we will at least have your name so you can be in for the drawing. And if you're one of my people that I don't mail to on a regular basis, I will need you to email me your mailing address so that I can get you out your card kit. So I'm going to give a few minutes to see if we have any people that pops in and says hello. So Jennifer and Alicia, if y'all will watch out for that and let me know. I'm going to give y'all just a little bit more time. All right, Jennifer said nobody else has commented, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. So here's my phone, my random name picker. So our first winner is Marcia. Marcia Freeman, congratulations. All right. So we're going to say okay, and now she's been taken out, and we're going to do one more winner. Brenda Hightower. Okay, let's add her name. Oh, no, we need to take Marcia out and we need to add Brenda. Okay, so add Brenda. All right, anybody else? Okay, here we go. So we're going to pick our next winner, and that is going to be Bertha. Bertha Bless Wilson, congratulations. All right, so now we're going to go and do one more. Oh, where did Brenda go? Did I choose Brenda? No. Why did her name disappear? Okay. Alicia, Bertha. Who? Carmina? Did you say Carmina? Hey, Carmina. Welcome in. I'm trying to make sure that I get everything in so that anybody that was watching, so far our winners are Marcia and who was the second one, Jennifer? All right, hang on just a second. Let me get to this. I should have who. I'm missing a name for some reason. Okay, for whatever reason, it's not letting me. All right, Bertha needs to come out, so we're going to delete Bertha. Okay. We're going to add Carmina. So I got Carmina added. Brenda's in here. Alicia, Brenda, Carmina, Karen, Margie, Marlene. We need to take Marcia out. So we're going to delete. We're deleting you, Marcia. Not really. We're just deleting you from the list. Okay, let's try this again. Why is Brenda not showing up in here? I keep putting her in. Okay, it says you're in here twice now, but let's see when I get to pick if it shows. Now you're in here. So Alicia, Brenda, Carmina, Karen, and Margie. Did I miss anybody? I think I need to. Alicia, Brenda, Carmina, Karen, and Margie. I said Brenda. Alicia, Brenda, Carmina, Karen, and Margie. All right, my third winner is Karen. Now, Karen, I will definitely need you to email me. I have other people's addresses, but I do not have yours. So please email me your address. If somebody would pop my email up for her, it's also under all of my videos in the description box. My email address is there as well. So I am going to make a list of the people that won. Let's see if I can remember. Let's see how good my memory is. So Karen, Marcia, and Bertha. I think I got it right. So those 3 card kits will go out to our winners. I got it. I got my winners, so we're good to go. So let me lay my phone over there out of the way. I'm trying to think what other business we need to take care of. I'm going to get with, let me bring y'all over where you can see me. Just me and not everything on my desk. What I want to do this week is I want to get with Jennifer and Alicia and see if I can figure out a way to for them to group with all of you as my viewers. Maybe we'll do something on the Facebook page and have y'all email them. I mean, not Facebook, on the YouTube channel, and choose. I'll let them get together and choose 6 different stamp sets. Then we'll have y'all vote on what stamp set you think it should be. If you're not sure what the stamp set looks like, then what you can do is go to my web page, like you're going to shop, and you can go down and to the bottom of the page and you'll see the catalogs, and you can look through that catalog and find the stamp set. And maybe I'll even tell them what page it's on that way, because it's in a PDF format. And once you open it, you can actually go to that page and find that stamp set and look at it. That way you can kind of be into the fun, and I think it's going to be loads of fun. Yes, Marcia, I agree. Fun, fun, fun. I think I'm really ready to take on that challenge, and I think it'll be fun. It's probably going to send me into a tizzy, but y'all have fun. Y'all can all laugh with me. Just don't laugh at me. But I think we're going to have a ball. And thank y'all so much for being so patient with me the last few days with me not getting videos up. It was a very important time for me to spend with family. And I was able to really give Joe and Dawn. Now, when I say Joe, everybody thinks, wait a minute, Joe. Her name is Joanne, but everybody calls her Joe for short. And that is my husband's oldest sister. And like I told you, Joe is 70. She'll be 75 the end of this month. Her birthday is March the 26th. And she will be 75 because she's 10 years older than my husband. So, and I also just want to thank each and every one of you for all the wonderful birthday wishes. I know some of you said y'all had sent me cards. I had not gotten them yet. Even my daughter, my oldest daughter, sent me a birthday gift that I have not gotten yet. So I don't know, mail, UPS. I had placed a Stampin' Up order. For some reason it went to Las Vegas, Nevada. And it has not gotten to me yet. So stamping, I mean, shipping has been crazy. So much, I mean, just, it's unreal. It takes forever to get a letter through the mail. But like I told you, I'm going to show everybody this card again in case some of you wasn't here. And I got to brag on my good friend Alicia. I'm going to tell y'all all what my husband said. Let me bring y'all back over so you can see this. This is the beautiful card that Alicia Burris made for me. And this, she always tells me my cards are showstoppers. This is a showstopper. Look at this card. It is made in a slimline format, but it is a W fold or a Z fold. I would call this a W or an M, depending on which way you're looking at it. She wrote me a beautiful message, and I don't know. I feel kind of embarrassed to share it because she said so many wonderful things to me that I could not possibly live up to, but I feel very blessed that she feels that way. And this card is just, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And what she did with the butterflies, I mean, they're the same on both sides. I'm going to try to replicate this card. It will not be the same paper. It will not be the same anything, but I'm going to try this card, but I'm going to put my spin on it and put the windows in it with the preview through them. And I think it's going to, I know, isn't that the most beautiful card you ever seen? It is stunning. I went completely crazy about it when I saw it. I thought, oh my word. So anyway, yeah, I meant to tell you that, Alicia. As soon as I showed this card to Jennifer, the first thing she said, does she know I have a birthday coming up in September? But I told her, I said, I will tell her. But anyway, I cannot thank her enough for this. I mean, see how big it is. I mean, when I open it like this, can you see how glorious this card is? And when you turn it around, it's just as glorious on this side. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, she is, Margie. That is one talented lady. And then she turns around and says, I learned what I know from you. And I thought, what a wonderful sentiment that was for her to say that. She is a very, very talented lady. And no, she's got to teach me how to do these beautiful flowers that she did. These flowers are gorgeous. So I'm going to be getting some tidbits from Alicia, because let me tell you what, we all learn from each other. That is something that I learned a long time ago. So I've never been one of those people that thinks that I know it all, because I don't. I do not know it all. And I learn from each and every one of you as much as y'all learn from me. The difference is I'm on a platform here where y'all see what I do. I don't see what y'all do unless you send me something beautiful like this. So I cannot brag enough on this card, but I'm still waiting for the other birthday cards that people had said they had sent me, and I am watching my mailbox. So when I get those in, I can't wait to show everybody your beautiful work as well. So anyway, Karen, do not forget to email me your address. I would certainly appreciate it. You can also text it to that phone number that Jennifer put in. That is my cell number, and I can get it there just as easily as I can through an email. So whichever works. Oh, Alicia, you're just too sweet. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out since we did our giveaway. I am going to give away the pack of paper and stamp set to anybody, and that includes y'all that won today. I wanted to give something extra to people that show up for the live, but I have a half a pack of paper. I am going to cut this in half again. The Friendly Hello stamp set and paper. Let me show that to you. And that's this stamp set and this paper. Everybody that comments on this video after it goes up, it's live right now, but after it's over and it ends, I'll go in and I'll make some critiques on it. And then anybody that leaves a comment on that video, anybody that gives me thumbs up, and if you would share this live on your Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you will get an entry to win the stamp and die set. I mean, this stamp and paper. So this is a beautiful stamp set. It is a photopolymer. It is so pretty. These are the images. And it comes like this, and you can peel them off and stick them on here. Beautiful bird, flowers, some little sprigs, some beautiful sentiments. It is a cute, cute stamp set. So keep in mind a half a pack of paper and a stamp set. So be sure to leave me a comment there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out. We've been on about an hour and 15 minutes, and I think that's plenty long for our lives. I've enjoyed it so much. And let me transition over one more time. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. I love each and every one of you so very much. And y'all all mean the world to me. And I am so blessed to have all of y'all. And I will never ever end a video without giving God the praise. And I also want to let y'all know, if you have prayer requests, please go over to the Facebook group. Join our Facebook group. If one of you girls can go ahead and link that Facebook group, click on that link and go and ask to join the Facebook. Jennifer and myself are administrators right now. I probably will end up making Alicia an administrator there as well. And that way, when people come in and they ask to join, there'll be 3 of us that will be getting those requests. And we will, if you have a prayer request, I want to be able to pray for you. I really want to be able to really call out to our Lord and Savior on your behalf. And you don't have to go into details of what you need. You can, but you don't have to. You can just say, I have a need. Whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, financial, whatever the need may be, just let me know you need prayer, and I will definitely pray for you. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in, and as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Thanks again so much, and until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Mwah! I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.